Even when I was in jail, they come visit me in jail. Man, it was really hard. And they thought, oh, what's this? And I was like, oh, ladies at health camp. I'm trying to get healthy. And they're like, oh, okay. And now they're like, yeah, you lied to us.
Born ready? That's us. I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. What's up, family? Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of the How We Dad podcast. It's the bro AJ joined with Mauso Paul.
What's up?
Welcome into the shows.
Solid also.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Good to be here.
Man, I know I messaged you like how many weeks?
Yeah.
How many months of, that's us the Sunday. Then, oh, no.
Nah, it's all good. Also, I've seen you walking up the Nui Hill, eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
busy
why.
Busy man.
But thanks for coming in, Us.
Exactly.
First things first, I like to do a sort of like a mental health check-in just to see how you are. Us.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm good, eh?
Yeah.
Life's good.
That's good.
Just trying to work on my health right now. You know,
yeah.
Trying to get up. Trying to eat healthy and do the healthy thing with the fams and trying to get get this gout under control. You know, man.
I seen you were doing like boxing and stuff like one time there. That was me.
Yeah. So I was trying to my nephews are boxers, eh?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And they were like, uncle, we'll come and train with you.
Yeah.
But then the gout moved to my hands.
Yeah.
You know, so I couldn't hit the pads again.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of put us on a thing. But my older cousin, he owns a gym with his wife in Lower Hutt.
Oh, yeah.
Peter and Mid. Yeah, they own a gym out there and they put us on an 8-week challenge.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we've been doing that. We're on last week now. But
do you follow Usgang?
Sud, yeah.
Bro, that guy, how far is he on his 100-day challenge thing now?
I think he's on like nearly week 20, eh?
This guy. I was with him at the start, watching him, and then, I just got busy with life and just stopped following, but...
Yeah. That guy's funny. Straight up. We used to play Fortnite together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But, yeah.
You used to play with Rob Nye too, eh?
Yeah, shout out to Rob Nye. Gonna poke you one day. Nah.
I love your fella's banter, man. It's crack up.
Yeah, he's crack up. So. Yeah, but yeah. Everything's good. I'm good.
That's good.
Just work and fams, eh?
Yeah.
Really.
Me.
Yeah.
For the fans out there the very few fans that don't know who Paul Faapo is, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Us?
My name's Paul, obviously, Faapo, and it's Faapo.
Oh, sorry, Us.
Yeah. You want to know my age too? But I'm Samoan. I'm a father of 3, happily married. It's my beautiful wife. And I own a barber shop here in Kenneth Creek. Born in Samoa. And then we moved here. My parents decided that they wanted to have all the other kids in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no.
Sad guys. But, yeah, so we moved here when I was 4, and then we stayed in South Auckland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we were there in Mangere for 18 years.
Oh, yeah.
And then we moved down here. And, yeah.
So how long have you been in the P?
Since 2000.
2000.
Yeah, back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We moved down here for my mum's parents.
Yeah. I did see on your page you were writing a little bit of, it must have been like a memory that was reshared from how you started up your barbershop.
Yeah. Wow. Man. Well, I started. You want to know where I started?
Yeah.
So I've been cutting since like '97, eh?
Okay.
And it started at Mangry. My dad was like, "Go cut the boys' hair."
Yeah.
My brother and my cousins.
Yeah.
I don't know how to cut hair. Eh? They're like, "Oh, how am I going to cut it?"
Yeah.
Just cut it. Oh, yeah. So they all came out with generals. They all had general haircuts, eh? And I gave them the eyebrow, the 11.
Oh, yeah.
My auntie, man, sorry, auntie. Love you, auntie. But she wanted to kill me. They allow my cousins to come back. Don't cut my kids' hair again. Yeah. But I've always had it in my back pocket, eh?
Yeah.
Barbering.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really good at it at the start, eh? Like everything. But as I went, the more I did it, you know, just like anything, eh?
Yeah.
But it gradually got better, and yeah. So I came down here. We moved down here, 2000, and then I was all over the show.
Yeah.
I forgot about cutting hair.
Mm.
You know, and then I needed a job, and this was 2004, I think.
Okay.
And I was working at Kiss
Oh, yeah.
here in Beauty in the mall. Yeah, so I was cutting there. And, this guy came in, no names, but he owned a shop in town.
Mm.
Someone fella, he brought his son into the shop, and he goes, "Oh yeah, just give my son a cut." Oh yeah, sweet. So I was cutting it, and I went to go trim the top, and then he goes, "Stop!" I go, "Well, what's the matter?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, where's your certificate? Where'd you get a certificate from?" He taught you how to, you know. I was like, "Hey, certificate?
Yeah.
What's that?" He was like, "Man, stop, man. You can't cut."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, sad guy." So he gave me a card and he said, "Come over to my shop and bring a model and I'll show you." So we went over there. Man, but that was imprinted in my mind, eh? Like, when he said, "Oh, you can't cut for shit, eh?"
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh." So, man, I just kept practicing and practicing.
Yeah.
And then I met Tala. Everyone knows, shout out to Tala and Tala's Barbershop. He was like my first mentor for barbering. And, you know, I walked in, thought I was the man, and said, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Oh, do you know how to fade?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I'm the best."
Yeah.
And then I started cutting. And then he goes, said the same thing, "Stop." You know, so I was humbled a couple of times, and then he taught me the tips. He gave me like heaps of tips, and just, man. Then man, it's a long story, yeah.
Yeah.
And then blah blah blah. A few years after, I got arrested, and then I went to court and went to Rumataka.
Yeah.
And I was in Rumataka for end of 2008, I think, 2009.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the passion.
Yeah.
That's where the passion came from, me.
Yeah.
For cutting hair, because I was cutting like murderers, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I was one-on-ones, eh?
Yeah.
And man, it was just talking to them and cutting. I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I was in there for like petty crime, eh?
Yeah.
I was just there for like a little time, and these guys are like lifers, eh?
Yeah.
And just cutting their hair. They're normal people, so, you know, normal people, and they, you know, just having that conversation and asking them questions like, you know, joking around like you're with the boys, like, "Sorry, what you doing then?"
Yeah.
"See what happens?" And they're like, "Sorry, man, I know."
Yeah.
You know, I regret it also. Just
Heat of the moment.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, just blanked out. And like that's what really really resonated with me and what made me want to be a barber also. Yeah. And just seeing how it uplifted them and how it made them change their walking out, like, happy as.
Yeah.
Even though they got nowhere to go. You know?
But at least they look flat while they're going nowhere.
They're getting haircuts to go to watch Shortler Street for the next 23 hours.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those. Yeah. Do the crime, do the time, eh?
At least they look nice while they're doing it.
Looking nice for the Vaseline. Sorry.
Oh,
Jokes. But yeah, when I came out, man, then it made me really want to,
Yeah.
But I came out and then I had a little break, went to Auckland to get away from the boys and that. Kind of tied in the gangs and I went downhill, kind of went downhill, depressed, and, man, moved back to Poroa, and stuck in my room, man, and then I was the heaviest I've ever been,
Yeah.
That kind of where my health went downhill for me. Because when I was depressed and, lost my kids and didn't have them with me, almost got patched up.
Yeah.
But then I decided I didn't want it, It wasn't for me. And then I met my wife.
Yeah.
And, man, changed my life,
Yeah.
And she had a daughter, and man, because I didn't have custody of my kids.
Yeah.
But when I met my wife, man, she like picked me up, and kind of just told me, like, man, you're loved,
Yeah.
Showed me
Yeah.
the unconditional love.
Because like your pivot point.
I was, man, it was like a blessing. So I didn't see it coming,
Yeah.
Because I was in bed, like on crutches and couldn't walk properly, and then that's, man, I still ask myself now, like what made it,
Yeah.
But it's obvious, like, man, she loves me.
Yeah.
So that kind of picked me up,
Yeah.
and then I just told myself, like, I didn't go to any talks and stuff like that with the Usos, and I didn't take like counseling sessions. I kind of like talked myself, talked to myself and just telling myself every day, like, man, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that, and had to retrain my mind and change my thinking.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot, just me and my wife, And
that's something that a tool that I've picked up just recently, like last 2 years. Because I was thinking to myself, it's funny how when somebody like one of the Usos come to you with a problem, you seem to always have the best advice.
Yeah.
But like some of the advice you're giving, you need to take on yourself.
Yeah.
So something that sounds real stupid, but it works. So I used to video myself and just talk about whatever was on my mind at the moment, like kind of like diarying, but with technology. And then when I watched the video back, it kind of felt like a friend was talking to me, and I'd be like, "Ah, man, why don't you just?" And I was able to counsel myself that way.
Yeah. Man, it works,
Yeah, no, it does.
Straight up, man, because like we believe ourselves,
Hard.
We believe everything we say to ourselves, man. Like, but so that's what was happening, like, and I felt it, and then I needed a job, and this is where the journey started, like my wife's mother's ex-wife, because she's lesbian, And so her ex, the wife, her name's Helena.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Helena.
Yeah.
Yeah, she I talked to her and I said, oh, I can cut hair.
Mm.
And then she went and bought me all these tools, my first tool kit. And then I started a mobile
Out of the
hair
van.
cutting,
Yeah.
hair cutting service.
Yeah.
And then, man, I was like, man,
Because I think no one was giving you a job at the time, eh?
nah,
No one will let you cut.
everyone saw my size,
Yeah.
And they thought, oh, nah, this guy can't handle it, And I was like, hey. So I went to heaps of barbershops and they're like, nah, sorry, man.
Mm.
And then we went to Chilla Preston. And I was like, stuff it, we'll go to Chilla Preston, I'll go get a job there. And after we were leaving Chilla Preston, I go, oh, pull up to Jeva, we'll go have something to eat.
Mm.
And we were going past TJ's Barbers, and I saw a paper there, It said, oh, Barber wants. I go, stop. She stopped the car, jumped out, went across the road, just walked in, ripped the paper off the window, scrunched it up there. And he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm the man. And they're like, what? I go, I'm the man you're looking for.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you barber? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a barber. And it's like, I called my son.
Yeah.
So he rang his son and then we made it. And then they said, I'll call you on Friday. Friday came, Friday finished. I rang him, hey, you said you're going to call me. He said, oh, yeah, come tomorrow. So I came in on Saturday, man. And I cut. But it was different.
Oh, yeah.
Because they wanted like 20-minute haircuts,
okay.
And I was doing like hour haircuts.
Yeah.
But I started like that, man. And I started at $14. $14 an hour. And then I got a raise every week.
Yeah.
And it got to like almost $30.
Yeah.
And I wanted more and then he wouldn't give it. But shout out to her mum and the brothers for hooking me up and starting my journey. And I left when I handed in my resignation. That same day I rung around to get a place.
Yeah.
And that's where we started at the mall.
Oh, nice.
And everything came together. And then I got custody of my kids. And, I wanted, it's just all just meshed together. And just... And it's been good since.
Yeah.
It was hard at the start, man. Had no clients for like a week.
Yeah.
And I was there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
How old are your kids now?
So I got 2 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah.
And my son is the oldest. He's 18.
Yeah.
My stepdaughter, Sophia, she just turned 18.
Oh, yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
And then my youngest, she's 16.
Okay.
Yeah. She's turning 17 in August. So it's Jermaine, Sophia, and Latrishana.
How old was it? How old were they when you got them back?
It's 10 years ago.
10 years. Cool. So 8 and
yeah, they were 7 and 6.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
Yeah. But
how was that? How was that reunion? Getting your kids back?
Oh, it's good. Sorry, I made it sound like they were stripped away from me, but nah. Like I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
I didn't have the rights.
Yeah.
I couldn't just go and be like, oh, I'm going to take my kids.
Supervised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's hard, eh?
Yeah.
Even when I was in jail and they come visit me in jail, man, it was really hard, eh?
Yeah.
and they thought, oh, what's this?
Mm.
And I was like, oh, Daddy's at health camp. I'm trying to get healthy. And they're like, oh, okay. And now they're like, yeah, you lied to us.
It was similar to me, but I was because when I was younger, we went through custody battles where we were, with Mum, and then we were with Nan, and bro, when I watched the movie Boy, I cracked up laughing to myself because I was saying, "Sully, that was me, man." Where's your dad? Oh, it's in the monk mob. Where's your dad? Oh, he's in the army.
Yeah.
No, just based off like stories that I was told. I didn't know who my dad was actually until I moved to him when I was 13. But they told me that he was a drunk and all of this stuff, and he was an absent dad, and I found out, the man just worked a lot.
Yeah.
The man just worked some crazy hours, and after work, he decided he wanted to have a beer sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. That's why we're misunderstood,
Hard, 100%.
Because us being hard workers, the kids don't see that,
Yeah.
They just see it as we're not there to watch their games.
Yeah.
And we're not there to support them, but really, they don't know.
Yeah. And that's like, because me and Ben touched on that last week when we were talking about, we used to prioritize work a lot, because we thought we were providing them with the things that we didn't have.
Yeah.
So we thought we were being, I'm the meanest dad, I bought them this and that. And then it was not until we realised, no, actually, it's the time with the kids that mean more to anything, because,
100%.
your kids are only going to be their age once, and then they move on, and if you blink, you miss it.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Mm.
And like having my own business, it really opened my eyes to that, And I started changing the days. You could control your days where you can. So I was having Saturdays off.
Yeah.
And that's our business day.
Yeah.
That's the busiest day. And
it's hard. I don't own a business, but I worked for my auntie and she owned hers. And, part of running a business is you have to put in the work, to make money. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
That's it, man. And, it was a sacrifice that I had to make.
Yeah.
But I was happy to make that sacrifice, and I'm glad I took the risk to start up my own business because I could do that for my children, and just seeing how happy she was, because we were driving up the line and everywhere her game was, we were there, and just to see her reaction, even if she doesn't come up to us and like hug us and that, but you can see it, like. She's sitting there like this. As soon as she sees you, then she's like, I'm going to run the ball hard.
It's like tough, He's like, Dad, are you working tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, yeah. And then I show up to his game, and he's like, oh, shit, Dad's here. It's the opposite effect.
But yeah, man, that was like, that meant more to me, And just... So I've missed a lot of their life, and my family always say, you missed out on their games.
Yeah.
And now I try not to miss anything,
more conscious of it now,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah. So, lost me there. But man, just... it's been a pretty buzzy journey,
Did you feel like you had to make up for lost time, or do you feel like what happened and we can only move forward from here?
Oh yeah, well, I only just moved forward,
Yeah.
I just took them in. My kids, they loved me, even when my wife brought her daughter in, fell in love with her instantly.
Yeah.
And I just did everything differently from how I was brought up.
Yeah.
And just, man, we talk to our kids,
Yeah.
If we sit down and my kids are really, like, mature, you know,
Yeah.
because we talk to them like, you know, we don't like I growled them off,
Yeah.
you know, but when I find that was easier to get across when I'm talking to them normally,
Yeah.
and just being like, oh, you know, this and that,
Yeah.
or your friends, what's going on at school,
and
I feel good that they can come and talk to me about those problems between them and their friends, and I find that it's at dinner time.
100%.
When you sit down and break bread with your family, man, that's very important, eh?
Yeah.
And then it gives them the opportunity.
Mm.
And it's sort of like, man, you have until I finish my plate to speak freely, you know?
Hard up.
And you can say whatever you want.
Mm.
But once I'm finished, it's back to I'm dad and you're the daughter. Yeah.
Bro, we used to be really good at that. And it's funny how you touched on, you know, how you can speak to your kids and stuff like that. Because, bro, we didn't have that, eh?
Nah.
We weren't allowed.
Nah.
And there was some, like, topics that were real, like, tapu, as you could not go there. You would never talk to your parents about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays we're kind of changing it up where we want to know more, but we, not so much as trying to be buddy-buddy with the kids, but, you know, we allow them the opportunity to be able to speak freely, like at dinner.
Yeah.
We used to be really good at opening up at dinner time. It's just recently the bloody phones are starting to creep onto the table, and I'm like, hey, nah.
Yeah.
Get that off.
Well, man, you know, we make heaps of rules, and you know, my wife, she's a hard woman, eh?
Yeah.
And she's like always bringing the order, eh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got to put these rules in place and that. And I'm like, yes, do those rules.
Yeah.
And then we break them. And she's like, oh, see, you're the first one to break the rules. And I'm like, man, I don't know about rules there, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still want to, you know, treat my kids like, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah. My parents weren't like that.
Yeah.
You know?
My missus always comes up with ideas to make rules, but then it always seems to be her that stretches the boundaries for this very rules that she made.
Oh, yeah.
So what we try to do is she would make a rule and I would enforce it. But what would happen is when I go to enforce the rule, she's like, oh, just leave him alone. Sorry.
Oh, well, I think I'm the same as your wife. Because I'm like, but, babe, you gotta understand, you know, they're kids.
So I put it down to intent now. So majority of the time, I don't really give them rules. It's more like time frames. If there are rules, it's, you know, rules that we keep. It's only like 5 rules that we keep all the time. But phones in the room normally. But otherwise, I give them time frames. And like, say, they've got like half an hour to clean the kitchen after dinner. If they were hustling and they didn't make the half an hour, maybe my time frame I gave them was unreasonable.
Yeah.
But because they hustled, I'll just let them. Oh, no, all good. You know, you tried. But if they just mucking around and then they go over the time frame, it's like, nah, buddy, go to bed. it's only 6. Yeah, that was bedtime.
Yeah. No, man, you have to, eh?
Yeah.
You have to, man.
Yeah.
And they seem to always say, oh, I forgot.
Yeah. That's how you build trust.
Yeah.
You've got to follow through with whatever you said is going to happen. And if you don't, then they're just like...
100%.
Yeah.
Well, we have this, because my daughter, she's daddy's girl. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. Then I look at her, she's giving me the... no, don't. And then I'm like, oh, babe, I'll just buy her the Jordans. Yeah, but I learned a lot of my wife, eh?
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, I wasn't really being an absent father at the start. I'd be buying them, like, I'll come visit them, plasma TV, video games, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just, that was guilt,
Yeah.
you know? was just me trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm a cool dad, you know.
Well, believe you on that one, man. Man.
Yeah,
It was the same for me. We spoke about it last week. How I was not living with my kids for a long time,
yeah,
and I was the same. I'd pop up on a weekend and be like, let's go to the zoo. Let's go to blah blah. So they used to look forward to me coming because they always
yeah,
got to go places and do stuff. But all I was doing was just like you said, I had the word in my head. It's gone. I was just making up for lost time.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just
Well, that's what it was,
trying to
eh?
pay them off.
Now I'm paying the price.
Yeah.
Now they expect it, eh? Now it's like, Dad, no, man.
Yeah.
And I still give in now, man. Like how I said, they rang me, I rang them, they said, oh, we're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I closed the shop.
Yeah.
Go buy them food. You know, man. Yeah. But, like, going back to how we talk at dinner time, just, like, we didn't have that, you know,
Yeah.
growing up. We'd eat together, but we never discussed much, eh?
Nah.
You know? But, recently, I think last year, I sat down with my parents, and I sat down with my mum first, because we had some animosity towards each other, and, you know, it affected our relationship. But me and my mum were close, eh?
Yeah.
And, man, it got to a point where we were fighting on the table. Like, everyone could joke around with her, but as soon as I joked around, she'd get mad, you know?
Yeah.
Get farliti, you know? I'm like, oh. So I said, oh, man, nah, this can't happen. So we sat down, arranged the time, and I sat down with my mom, and I told her, you know, let her know how I felt and what was happening and how it was affecting my relationship with my children and my wife. So I was taking it home. And then my mom, you know, it was a special moment, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and man, she just apologized to me, and I apologized. I forgave her. She forgave me, and you know, man, and honestly, it's the best thing, eh?
Yeah.
Lifted up everything, bro. You know, and we're like best friends.
Yeah.
And I did it with my dad too, and man, I'm scared of my dad, eh?
Yeah.
Like, man, I never ever could sit down and have a conversation with my parents. At all.
Yeah.
It was just, oh, hey, oh, bye. You know? But my dad was having a beer, and then I was just, oh, man, I have to do it now, eh, you know? It's getting old, eh?
Yeah.
So I just waited till it was just us two in the kitchen, and I just crept up to her. I said, man, Dad, you know, I just wanna say I'm sorry, for everything that I put you through, you know, and as I was growing up, you know, because I know I was really ulavaldi, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate you and I thank you for everything you've done for me, you know. And my dad was like getting all choked up, like, what? Hey, stop it. Stop doing that. It hurts. And I was like, nah, you know, I just want to say, and it's like, you don't have to say thank you and sorry to her. I do, you know. I want to let you know that I love you, you know, and I will never let anything happen, you know, anything to hurt you. And I just want to let you know that I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Because you've helped me love my kids, you know? Because my dad loves us, eh? He loves all the kids. All the kids love my dad and he cooks for them. And it taught me a lot. Yeah. And from then, man, he stopped drinking that day and we were playing cards. And everyone was like, hey, is your dad alright? It was being a bit, you know.
Yeah.
But man, it was like we never seen him happy like that. And then yeah, it was I can talk to my dad now. We can joke around.
And bro, the buzziest thing is you probably could have talked to him this whole time, but we just have this like thing in our head that tells us, oh no, he's scary. He doesn't care about any of the stuff.
There's my nose is scared of this guy. Man, yeah.
But that's true, because I felt like that with my old man too. You know, like my old man used to get angry at me because he'd be like, why didn't you come to me when you were going through this? Or why didn't you say that to me? Or because I always felt like my dad never had time, you know, because he was a busy man. I didn't want to burden him with anything.
Yeah.
You know, he worked a lot. And, you know, when he wasn't working, he was training, he was playing league, and then he was catching up with his boys and having a drink. So I didn't want to interfere with his routine, if you will, or, you know, I didn't want to burden him with any of my problems, so I just didn't.
Yeah.
And that taught me to just take care of stuff on my own. But in doing that, it was teaching me to hold a lot of things in too. And I was lashing out on like my kids. And, you know, like my missus was wearing the brunt of it when I was drinking in there. Not like physically or anything, but I was just a real asshole, man.
Yeah.
Like, real dick. So, yeah, I think with you talking about how you managed to get through with your dad and then now everything's like me and his, it was like that with me too. Because like now, like my dad's getting older and I'm like, what are you doing? Getting soft with the old age? Or but little do I know, he was probably like this that whole time.
Yeah.
I had this image in my head of this guy who never had time.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, man. You know? Just
No, he's more conscious of having time now. So when I go to him with my problems now, his first reaction is to listen. Whereas before he would try to solve my problem and it would cause me more stress than before.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, we have to learn that too, eh? You know? You got to let them make their mistakes, eh? Yeah. Well, I learned that last Saturday because my daughter turned 18.
Oh, yeah.
And one of her birthday wishes is she wanted to go night clubbing with her friends. So, yeah, sweet. Rung up all the nephews. My nephews, my brother.
Yeah.
We all went out. I go, yeah, you can go inside. We're going to wait outside. And then, man, she was, you know, doing her thing.
Yeah.
But she came out with this guy who ran straight across the road. Man, I was like pit bulls there. Like, huh? Running over to, but yeah. But my wife was like, you know, she's 18 now. Gotta let her do what she wants. I go, yeah. But she's only 18.
I think if she's like, you know, been told all the right things and what to look out for and all that sort of stuff, and, you know, she sees, you know, good relationships and people that she knows, her aunties, uncles, cousins and all of that, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because anything that happens outside of what she's seen will be new to her. She'll be like, Dad, this happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Sorry.
All good.
Talking too much.
No, that was good. That's good. One more thing before we get out of here. Advice to new dads. What advice, based on your experience, what advice would you give to new dads that are out there?
I don't know. I mean, raise your kids the way you want to raise them. You know?
Yeah.
Don't listen to other people and listen to how they raise their children and their ways, you know? Everyone's born unique, eh? So you gotta, and just listen to your mom, though.
Yeah.
Listen to your mom. If it just your mom, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all the new dads out there, congratulations and welcome to the start of pain and stress
And empty wallets.
and empty wallets. And but make time. You know, make time.
Hard. On that note, thanks for coming, Us. Pleasure to have you on the couch.
It's been an honor. And sorry I came unprepared.
Nah, all good. That's how we want it, raw and authentic.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Us. That was a mean story.
Shout out.
Thanks to everybody else who's tuned in to watch episode 2. Just before we get out of here, please go on to Facebook and check out How We Dad Chats. That's where we're going to have our conversations about, stuff that we've seen on the podcast or stuff that we want to see on the podcast. Just elaborate a little bit more and get some of your questions answered if you have any. Other than that, go home, love your wife, love your kids, love your families. This is How We Dad.
Let's go.
Booyah.